Welcome to Talking Football, where we've got an opinion on what happened on the football last week. Last weekend in the Premier League was another great weekend for us, superb results, and it all started with the Arsenal game at Leicester. Good performance by Arsenal, are starting to hit some form now, and Arteta seems to have settled into the job now and starting to get his formation right, and he's closing down players and his front men right. So that's good to see, because it's always good to see a strong Arsenal for challenging for the Premier League and making the top six, as it used to be called. But there's a few dodgy ones in there. Tottenham, I mean, you've got to look at Tottenham, and no wonder the guy got sacked. He's playing an old, what would you call Eric Dyer, a slow midfield player playing at centre half. It's not going to fit in there. Simple as that. If he's finished in midfield, he's finished at centre half, move him on. Simple as that, because he's just going to bury you, just like what Nuno found out. He's just buried him, and you can see Kane still out of sorts, still not getting he seems to be getting deeper and deeper. I think he wants to play centre half as well. But Kane's going to have to get his cell, look at his cell and get his cell sorted. Hopefully Conte can get him working again. And as far as Conte goes, probably a good signing for Tottenham, the new manager. He's going to come in there and he's going to do a job, because he knows what it's all about, and he's, as he says, he's a serial winner. And even if he's not, he's going to put Tottenham where they should be, up in that top 4, top 6, and get them challenging, because really a poor Tottenham side, nobody wants to see that. You want to see them up challenging for trophies, cups, things like that. And to be honest with you, he needs a good shake up in that team, because he wants some good players, but Dele Alli, he's another one. Absolutely, I don't know what's happened to him, whether he spent too much time in the gym, because I remember I think it was Rory McIlroy in his golf went to the gym, Tiger Woods went to the gym, and they just worked on the wrong areas. And whether Dele Alli's done the same, and he's got the wrong strength in the wrong places now, because he just looks out of sorts and doesn't look like a Premier League player at the moment. Another player you could probably say doesn't look like a Premier League player at times is Luke Shaw at Man United. I mean, let's be honest, he looks like the sort of fullback that would turn up on a Sunday morning for your pub team and just put a strip on and play. But I think it's maybe been a bit unfair. But Luke Shaw, to me, half the time he doesn't look fit. And the goalkeeper, De Gea, just put a centre half on him at a corner or a set piece and he's terrified. I mean, he's just a good shot stopper, great shot stopper, but as far as set pieces go, he's terrified. I mean, put a big boy on him and he's just doesn't know what to do, and he'll flap about in there, you know. So there's a few things in there that really need worked on with some of these managers, and I'm over Solskjaer. I just think he can't do it. He can't tactically change a game halfway through. It's been proven time and time again. Man United go behind, he just can't seem to get there, and he can't keep relying on Ronaldo. I've seen an interesting thing with the Champions League where Man United would be bottom of their group without Ronaldo. I mean, that doesn't go for much, because he's a centre forward and should be scoring goals, and he is. And he's done his piece, so I think you've just got to have a look at other players performing. But McTominay's getting a lot of stick, but he's just a sort of standard, strong centre midfield player. He's not going to be your Roy Keane type, and he's not going to be your Brian Robson type if you go as far back as that for Man United. But McTominay's getting a lot of stick and probably doesn't deserve it, because the guys beside him, Fred just runs a bit mad like a headless chicken in the middle of the park, and Matic is just far too slow. He's got a good pass through Matic, but he's far too slow. Simple as that. And when Matic is playing in the middle of the park, you can see they just get overrun. And if the same thing happens with Man City this weekend and Guardiola manages to get his team selection right, which he seems to struggle with in the Premier League, it'll be interesting to see if Man City do the same as what Liverpool did, because Guardiola just needs to watch the video and it'll happen again, because Solskjaer hasn't got the capabilities of changing his team, and he'll probably play the same formation. Alright, he's got Cavani and that up front, but I'm afraid to say I'm worried for Man United. Although they could steal a draw going by the odds, because when you look at the odds, Man City or the draw as a result, the bookies are trying to tempt you in with a big price Man United. I wouldn't be touching it anyway. So that's how I would look at that game this weekend, because I think you get odds of 5 on Betfair for Man United at home. Great price, but for me, no thank you. I'd rather leave that alone. Couple of massive price winners in the Playmaker service last week. We had Crystal Palace 100 to 1 to win 2-0, because they beat Man City there before. And when you look at the odds, that's where you've got to dig into your betting. And sometimes you see the odds 100 to 1, and then we got the Liverpool correct score as well, 2-2 with Brighton. A 2-2 draw should never be 30 to 1. And again, Brighton had a great comeback, 2-2, 30 to 1, and the next game was Burnley and Brentford. Burnley's not been playing great, but if you've watched the Burnley performances, there is a wee hint in there that they can play. And Brentford have had their brilliant start to the season and starting to now get to the real world, and now they're going to have to knuckle down and stick in the Premier League. And Burnley 3-1, great result, 29-1, super, brilliant, loved it. And the Tottenham Man United game, we actually had Man United to win 3-0 at 30-1. So we didn't take the reaction and say that we're scared that Tottenham are going to slaughter Man United, because Tottenham are a bad lot, to be honest with you, and Man United thoroughly deserved their win. Tottenham were absolutely out of sorts. So on to this week, looking at a couple of the games. You've got Brentford Norwich. Brentford should come out there on top, and that's a game that's come at a brilliant time for them, because Norwich, they're really struggling, and Brentford should get on top and get a result against Norwich. And you look at a couple of the ones, Chelsea got to be an obvious banker, Arsenal an obvious banker, playing really well, as I say, Arsenal. And then we go on to Everton and Tottenham, that could go anyway. But the way the odds are pointing, it's actually pointing to a draw or Tottenham, which is quite surprising really. I thought Everton would have been a bit shorter. So again, you're maybe getting tempted in by the bookie to have a go at Everton. 3.1. I'm not tempted at all to go to Everton. Leeds and Leicester, I think Leeds are a big price at 2.86. Good result last week. And Leicester, again, it's pointing to the draw, Leicester, but Leeds, good price. And I'm not tempted by the other 5-1 this weekend. West Ham doing really well under Moyes, got his team playing as a team, and even the subs that are coming in are getting involved and getting stuck in and doing a good job. But Liverpool, the draw, 4.2, 1.76. Liverpool, you've got to look at them. They're just such a good team, and they really play for each other. Depending on who's fit after the Champions League game, great result against Atletico Madrid, 2-0, and the Simone handshake with Klopp was funny. Jurgen Klopp's clever boy, absolute very clever manager, knows the game, and has been a great signing for Liverpool, probably one of the best signings Liverpool's ever had, and that's even taking you back to Souness's time and things like that. But Klopp, brilliant manager, and you've just got to take your hat off to him. If Conte doesn't get rid of that defence at Tottenham and doesn't give the midfield a big shake, because Skip and Holberg, I mean, they're alright but pretty much mediocre. But the big talking point is going to be this boy Howe. If Ernie Howe goes to Newcastle, you've got to say, where's the ambition? Because to me, he's been out of work for a wee while now, and nobody's wanted to come back in for him. And Conte goes to Tottenham, Howe goes to Newcastle. Is it because they're up north and the weather's bad? I don't know. But surely they can get a better manager than boy Howe. Howe's alright to maybe go to one of the teams that came up. If Fulham came up, or he's Bournemouth standard probably, let's be honest. And I know I might get some stick for this with Newcastle fans, because I love Newcastle, being from Scotland. The Geordie Scots, I love them. And but to be honest with you, I think the ambition there is pretty poor. I mean, who's he going to sign? I don't think you could even speak to somebody like Ronaldo or some top player. Could you imagine him going and trying to sign in the Dortmund centre forward? The boy would just sort of look at him and go, who are you? It's pretty, I don't know, no for me. That would be a wrong choice. Maybe it's a stay in the Premier League choice, so that he keeps him up because he kept Bournemouth up for 5 years. But surely Newcastle go past that ambition and go to the stronger side yet and start to look to attract big players, big manager. Maybe not. And maybe it's a good approach to think that all these big name managers are past it, Mourinho, Conte and all that. But we'll soon see, because Conte's got a good test at Tottenham, because he really has to get that team playing well. But as I say, Howe, no for me going there. Another one I've got to say is the boy Gallagher at Crystal Palace. He's a player. And I'll be surprised if none of the big boys come in for him. No disrespect to Crystal Palace, but Gallagher's a better player than Crystal Palace. And so is Zaha. I think Zaha could go and do a job for a better team. And we'll see what happens with the players. And I just feel for Nuno a wee bit, because he went in there and played the exact same formation as Tottenham played last year. Surely when you go into a team, Nuno and even the Graham Jones guy that's caretaker at Newcastle, they just went in and played the exact same formation, exact same team. And what's that going to do? I mean, Newcastle were hopeless before when Bruce left, and Jones played the exact same formation. If I got a chance for 2 games, I would have shook it up a wee bit and maybe played a different couple of players, different formation, and had a go. But you've got to say to yourself, well, Graham Jones, well done, thanks for the 2 games, see you later. And I wouldn't even keep him on as any assistants or anything like that. It's time to go. You might be a nice talking player to the players on the training ground, but nah, no for me. That has to be an absolute clean sweep there, and get rid of the lot, backroom, the whole lot. That has to be a complete clean sweep at Newcastle, because you didn't want anything lingering there. They've got to be, this is a chance to be a big club, and I think there's no doubt that they will be, because the money's going to come in, and the money in the Premier League in the last few years proven exactly what happens when money comes in. So, a couple of big games this weekend. You would probably look Crystal Palace Wolves looks a certain draw. I would be going Brighton in a draw. That would be a good wee combination for me. I'd probably put, would you be go to Liverpool in the draw as well, buying Chelsea as your banker, and what would you go, Man City in the draw? There's a nice wee 2x2x2, there's 8 bets for you. Put them in a wee accumulator, because our accumulators have been smashing it in Playmaker service. And the Playmaker service, you make a fortune at it. It wins every week. It's as simple as that. It just keeps winning. But the thing that goes wrong is people can't bet in $5 or $100. You have to see where you fit in the football world. And that service wins every week on correct scores, match odds, correct score 1, correct score 2. We've done the research for years to have a winning service, and that wins every week. So find out where you fit in the betting world. Don't kid yourself on that you're going to win $1,000 or $50. Make sure you understand if you've got a 500 bank, what you're going to win realistically. Because winning is very, very easy when you've got a strategy and you stick to it and you understand how it works. And with so much football on, you had the Champions League during the week. That was another easy one. We had an accumulator in the Champions League that came up this week. Sporting, that was a great one because they just slaughtered the team in the game before, played them again and slaughtered them again. So easy. And of course Liverpool Atletico, I thought that was another good banker during the week there. And AC Milan, bad lot, but taking a draw on your side will boost your odds, lovely. And you've got to look at Scotland. I mean, for the Aussies, the guys that are followers on the site, a lot of Aussies are in the Premier League just now. But Rangers look like they're going to run away with it, although Ange's got to get that right. He's really, I don't know, 0-0 with Livingston. And it's Celtic Park. I mean, I've been to Celtic Park many times. It's quite an atmosphere there, and how your team couldn't get a goal with that. The fans are worth a goal. It's as simple as that. You go to Celtic Park, listen to them singing, listen to them dancing, and I'll tell you it's worth a goal against you right away. So, as far as the football goes, that Premier League, let's hope it doesn't turn out. It was looking like Hibs and Hearts were going to be involved there, but Hearts have just lost their game, drawn a game. Hibs, hopeless. Celtic, a draw against Livingston, but they're still only 4 points, I think it is, behind the now. Rangers will make a mistake again. They've still got to play each other, so it's looking like it's going to come down to the two of them again. Dundee United sneaked in there, but we were hoping for a better challenge this year, but it's just looking like it's going to be Celtic and Rangers again as usual. Hopefully they can get through the Europa Leagues, but I worry for Celtic, but let's just hope they can get a result to get through, because Scottish football needs a rocket and it needs a pick-up. But as I say, a few Aussies in there which are helping the Scottish game, and I never thought I'd hear myself saying that, but the Aussies are making a difference over there. Rodgick and that, and Boyle for Hibs, did well. So this weekend, head down, organised, and enjoy the Premier League. It's one of the best leagues in the world, and it's always got something happening. If Howe gets a job at Newcastle, let's hope the big boys speak to him and the players don't look at him as their old uncle or something like that. Let's hope that Newcastle get up that top of the league and get organised and make another big club in the UK in the Premier League, because the Premier League, as I say, the most exciting thing in the world for league football. Okay, always remember, it's your money, it's my money, it's everybody's money. Respect Betfair, the winners and the losers, and I'll speak to you next week.